Hey, good afternoon, and welcome back to the Bait Cave. I hope all you guys out there in the fish community doing good. I hope y'all had a good week. So today being my first day back, I've been here a few times in the last few days. I worked with the boys for a little while. They were in here excited to create a color and get out there fishing. Where they got me thinking I need to start making some more videos and share some recipes with you guys. To get back started, I think I want to do something that's not really hard, kind of simple, something quick and easy, so I can get used to being back up here in front of this camera. Y'all, I'm just very awkward. I got to get used to it again. So I thought I'd start with a single color today. And after looking at some of the stuff the boys made last week, I started thinking, I haven't fished with a color in probably about 10 years called Mean Green. And a while back I had made some Mean Green, but I gave them away. I didn't use them. So I want to show you the recipe I used to make that color. It's really a simple color. It's not complicated at all. And I found the materials for it, but it's 15 drops of watermelon and 15 drops of emerald green. So the only question I had, well, I got the red flakes, but see that. So back when I wrote these recipes, I didn't put the exact product that I used, but the only watermelon I have is this 101, so I'm sure this is it. But on the other hand, this emerald green, I've had a couple different bottles of emerald green, and so I'm hoping it was this Lure Works, this 121. I hope that's it. If it is, it's going to work out just fine. If it's not, it's going to be a whole new color today. And since I want to start out making some worms, and I'll probably do some worms and a few creature style baits. Probably do maybe some stingers and some knuckle draggers. I'm gonna use Bait Plastics 262. It's gonna be a little bit tougher. I've been lately, the worms and everything, everybody that I've been giving them to, or some of the people I even sold them to, said that they're a little bit on the soft side. But I kept them that way because of the action. But I'm gonna step it up to 262 and see if the action works right. Now, all the stuff I made for the boys, well, actually I should say the boys made last week, was all 262, and I'm waiting to see how that works. I got a pile of stuff for myself. I'm gonna see how that works out. If not, what I think I might do is, people that want a tougher plastic, I'll use 262, and if I can't catch nothing with it, I'm gonna step mine back down to 242, which is inside. Once it's down into the water column, it just has a whole lot more action because of the softness, but they tear up easy. So I'm trying to remedy that problem. And if the 262 works good, I've actually bought a jug of 292, which I'm gonna try to step. That's more of a saltwater plastic, really tough. We'll see how that works out for some of these creature baits with really small appendages. See how tight that makes it. See if they'll hold together better, which I guess that's the ultimate goal. Catch more fish with one bait, right? So that's kind of an experiment I'm gonna be doing probably over these next maybe 3 to 4 weeks until I decide what tends to be the best diameter of plastic to use. So I'm gonna get everybody spun around to the workbench while I get some plastic ready, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as that's ready. That plastic has about a minute to go. Not only is this this is an older color, I haven't done it in a long time, and it's been a long time since I wrote it in a book. So I didn't write the amount of flakes either. And this might be too, I might have to bring this down to like 10 drops each, because lately, and y'all all know, I've been going more to a translucent look. So this might wind up being too dark, but we'll give it a shot. Since I don't know what amount of red flakes, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with a half a tablespoon or a teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever this is. I'm gonna start off with this. All right, so there we go. I had to take it for a spin in the vacuum chamber. One thing I've been noticing, I'm gonna do the 10 drop thing, just because of the way I am lately. So that was the emerald green. So I'm just gonna do 10 drops of watermelon also. Watermelon 101. Let's see, let's call that good. I just have a feeling with my new mindset that 15 might be too thick. See what that looks like on here. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't put those extra 5 drops in there. Anyway, what I was gonna say, what I've been noticing is I'll have a perfectly clear cup of plastic right out the microwave, cooked it fully, put it in the vacuum pot, bring it back, and it almost looks scorched. And I don't understand it, because it's not hot enough to scorch it. But something about turning it in the vacuum. If any of you guys got any suggestions on how to fix that, I'd like to know. I want to get a heaping spoonful of these. Because I don't know what's causing it. It's not like it's overheated. It's not burnt. Don't smell burnt. Not smoking like it's burnt. But when it comes out the vacuum, it looks burnt. It looks scorched. Maybe not burnt. Burnt might be too strong of a word. But it looks scorched up. Well, I think that's enough flake in there. Let's go ahead and put it in the mold and see what it looks like. All right, so we got the molds all. This is some 5-inch stick baits and 10-inch curl tails I'm gonna start with. .262. You can tell it's a little thicker color. Get that out of there. Give these a chance to cool down. I'll call you guys back when it's ready. All right, I think they cooled down. Let's take a look. I want to bust open these sticks first. They're pretty good copy of a Senko. Mean green. Well, I'm really glad I didn't put those extra 5 drops in. I think this came out perfect. This is really, for me, fishing with mean green is going to be a huge blast from the past. I have not. I don't think. See, I bought a brand new boat right when COVID hit. It was right before we knew what COVID was, and I got it. And I don't think mean green has been in my boat. So that's how long it's been since I looked at this color. That's my version right there. I wouldn't have it any other way. Now let's see these curl tail worms. See if we can get them out on one side. Well, one didn't want to play right. There we go. So I didn't invent this version right here, but it's my go-to version, I would say. It's probably my favorite. And like I said, I used to make it a little bit darker than this, but I like that slight see-through appearance. Makes the flakes show up better. All right, let me do another batch. All right, let's take a look at round 2. Get these sticks out of here. Looks just good as round 1, don't it? Yeah. Oh, that's gonna work. I can't even see red, but I can see those flakes. Now look at these 10-inch curl tails right here. Man, don't they look good? I can't wait to get out there now and fish with these. I don't know why I haven't thought of this color in a long time. Mean green. Or I would say this is my version of mean green. I think there's a lot of mean greens out there. All right, let's bust open these lizards. Came out pretty good for a last minute decision. But if them boys wouldn't have been here, I don't think I'd have even considered a lizard, but mean green lizard. Yeah. Came out better than I thought it would. Definitely gonna throw these. And then there's the atomic toad. I don't want to come out the mold right, but here we go. Haven't fished with atomic toad in a while either. These only work certain times a year, which is coming up. These seem to work good in some real hot summer for me. Yeah. That looks good. Go ahead and make another couple of these. I usually put about 4 of these in a bag. All right, let's check out this last run of atomic toads. There we go. That looks good. You know something about the atomic toad when you're making them. One thing, I only put 4 to a bag because it's not a bait that I use often, but I do like to have 4. But also this gigantic runner. See, that's all. And the reason I can use this rod away. The reason I can use this rod away is because these don't do well hanging. I don't hang these to cure. I lay them down on a sheet pan with their flippers turned in like that. They seem to cure better that way, and then they sit in the bag better. All right, so what I got going on now is I got some stingers, some knuckle draggers, and if there's enough plastic left in the injector, I threw in some rockets. Always got room for rockets. feels like there's a lot left for the rockets. And that's only a 2 cavity mold, so it's not going to take all it is. That's it right there. Get them things topped off. It's easy to get a hole in the first couple. That's stuck now, so let's let that seize up. All right, let's take a look at these stingers first. Came out good. Stingers are like a well-rounded bait. They can be Texas rigged, or you can throw these in as a trailer on like say a football head. I mean, the whole, you can pull every bit of this apart. See how it's just tacked together. So it's a well used bait. It's one of my all-time favorites. Next is the knuckle draggers. Again, these are kind of like the stingers, still the stinger body, right? But the appendages are different. And I guess the term knuckle dragger, if you're familiar, any of you Navy guys out there, doesn't that look like a bosun mate? Just saying. Just a little interagency joking. But yeah, these things are, I like these almost as much as the stingers. And I'm starting to use these a little bit more now. And I'm really enjoying them a lot. They come apart also. You can leave it together, or you could bust these loose. Okay, so then I actually threw these rockets in. Well, it came out upside down. This is actually the top. It's got a little bit of a hook slot. But these, I fish these a lot Texas rigged, all by themselves. I don't use these as trailers as much, but I do Texas rig them and just throw these quite often. Good color for the rocket. All right, let's look at round 2. See if I can get these on. They stuck this time. Anyway, stinger came out just as good. I bet the knuckle dragger, they seem like they injected really well. Yeah, so I usually pack a G6 to a bag, so just that quick I got a bag of stingers and a bag of knuckle draggers. But this one, see, I like to pack these in a bag of 6 also. So if I want a whole bag of these rockets, I got to do one more run, which I got enough plastic for another run. I wish I had a 4 cavity mold, because I do bags of 8 of these. I use these a lot. And I like to give them away. So this is the last batch of lizards. Had enough plastic just to, really enough to hold them, make this last little bit. I got a little bit left in the cup. Brought it down to the wire. But it's because I was able to reuse the runners on the toads. All right, well, that's Mean Green. I'm not sure where I got that recipe. I probably Googled it. Like I said, I haven't used it in a long time, and it's an old Zoom color. I think it was originally Zoom worms in that Mean Green. I haven't seen it anywhere else. And at the end there, I was able to throw in those lizards and atomic toads. I used the runners. I remelted the runners that were on the stingers and the knuckle draggers and the rockets, because those all lay out flat. Kind of the same thing I do with the atomic toads. They like to lay flat to cure rather than hang. And of course you got injector cup pucks left over, and you got the bottom layer of the cup, and you can remelt all that and keep using it. I don't necessarily call that like a remelt for a remelt day, because usually, like, if I want to remelt a bunch of stuff, make something new, it's all colors that was already in existence, and I'll blend them together and stuff like that. That's more of a remelt. This kind of, the plastic don't hardly cool off that much, and you already pop it in the microwave, melt it down again, and so that's just a good way to use up all your plastics. And a lot of times you can't do that when you're doing a laminate, because who knows what it's going to come out like, and it's not going to be the color you want it anyway. But on a lot of baits you can't do that with, like stick baits, curl tail worms, a bunch of swim baits. Almost no swim baits. I don't like to lay them out. I like to hang them to cure. Now hand pours, those can sit out those can cure by laying them on their flat side on a tray, and they'll cure fine like that. But any injectable swim baits, those all have to hang to cure. And I would say a good curing time is 24 hours. However, a lot of times I let them go at least 48. That's my preferred amount of time. And then if I'm not doing anything and I don't need the space, I might let them hang there for 96 hours, like 4 days, before I bag them up. So anyway, and I think what I showed you with I showed you on atomic toads and the rockets. Those are double cavity molds, and I like to, for the atomic toads, I like to package them up 4 to a bag. But on the rockets, I like to put 6 to a bag. So I really wish I had a 3 cavity mold. I may have to break down and buy one, or if I got, maybe what I should do is get another double cavity mold, and I could do 4 at a time and make bags of 8. Those are used enough that a bag of 8 would be good for a rocket. I like to bag things according to the amount of molds, so I can do them evenly, and so I don't have to wind up with a couple laying around because they didn't fit. Well, that's going to be it for me today. I think I'm going to go in and get me something to eat. I'm getting kind of hungry. First of all, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here, and I really appreciate you guys coming back and checking out my video. And before I forget, I want to tell everyone, one of the boys that were here, the little one I call Man Cub, he wanted to remind me, he reminded me to tell you guys that as soon as I hit the 500 subscriber mark, it's gonna be time for a giveaway. He's thinking of some stuff that he wants to give away, that he wants to help me make the giveaway, and he's kind of excited about it. But I told him we gotta wait, until we hit a significant milestone. So 500 would be a good mark. I'm thinking about when we start that giveaway. I think I'm gonna maybe have a big prize, the main prize, and then maybe give away a second and third spot in that giveaway. So 3 people will be getting something. And what we'll do with that is we'll make something that we're going to give away. I'll show a video of actually putting it together. I hope you guys have a good weekend coming up, and get out there and do. You know, I always have to remind you guys to not get caught up in this rat race world we live in of politics and everybody being angry about stuff. Just get out there and go fishing. You'll forget about everything. Fishing calms the soul. You feel much better when you're out there on the water, and then that carries on in daily life. It lasts a while. And the last thing I gotta tell you before I head out of here is, please don't forget to bring them kids fishing. And like I always say, you guys, you fishermen, you people in this fisherman world, you guys be the ones that little kids look up to and know that there's good people in this world. Every time they turn on TV, the kids just have more and more stuff to worry about. Well, let the fishing community be the place where they come for fun and to know life is good. And until next time, all you guys be safe out there and take it easy. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again real soon.